Carter Cash here, and welcome to this week's episode of Random Destinations. For this week's episode, Edith May and I are going to go ahead and take a road trip down to Mammoth Springs State Park. If you're not familiar with that park, it's located right on US Highway 63, about a mile or so out of Thayer, Missouri, on the road that takes you eventually into Memphis. We go down that way quite a few times a year, so we're very familiar with that area. Mammoth Springs State Park is a very pretty little park. It sits just a stone's throw from the Missouri line. So let me go round up Edith May and get her ready to go, and we'll hit the road from Random Destination Studio here at the Lake of the Ozark. It's about almost a 3-hour drive down there. So we will take a nice walk around, have a nice lunch down there, and I'll show you the state park, and then we'll make it back home before the 5 o'clock news is on. See you later. Carter Cash here, and as you can see, we made it down to Mammoth Springs State Park. It's a very pretty park. They put a brand new intersection in up here so you can turn in and out, which makes it very easy, very nice. So let's take a walk down towards the visitor center, and then we're going to go ahead and take a walk around the pond and take a look at the dam. And I think they have a little railroad museum set up. So let's just go check it out. Now I will say the visitor center is very nice. They have information on all the state parks in Arkansas, and as you can see, it is open. Face mask is required, and one way in, one way out. So we're going to walk around to the back. They have a nice little gift shop in there and a few refreshments, ice cream, stuff like that, candies, and a selection of touristy things, hats and such. You can see down here, this is the outfall of a dam that was built back, I think, in the 1920s, I believe, and it provided local power to Thayer and the surrounding area down here. But that is where Mammoth Spring discharges into the Spring River. And the Spring River, while I've never fished it, it is a trout stream at this end of it, where it's relatively cold. The water comes out of Mammoth Spring at about 58 degrees year-round, so it does support trout up here. I understand that about 30 miles of it is floatable. I've never personally floated that river or fished it, but it certainly is pretty. I know as you head down 63 south towards Jonesboro, you're going to pass numerous campgrounds and canoe rental places and small motels. Now Edith May took about a 20-minute head start on me because she wanted to walk around, but her pace is a little different than mine. So let's go down out to this little point out here, and looks like I can have a cheat sheet here and sound like I know what I'm talking about while reading off a sign, which is one of Random Destinations' best methods of providing useful information. Oh, actually much older than I thought. The dam was built in 1888 and sold to Arkansas Missouri Power Corporation in the 20s. And it operated up to 1972. We are currently standing on the support for a bridge that used to cross Spring Lake. Now we have to walk all the way around it though. So this is Spring Lake. You can see that water is awful clear out there. I don't know if there's trout in there or not. I can't say I've ever seen anybody fishing in it. But like I say, we normally come up here and stop and have lunch and get out. That's the train station and the museum we're going to go to when we get over to that side. And down here to the left is the spring, so we're going to go ahead and take a walk down there. Here's a resident year-round population of I guess semi-wild domesticated geese, probably crossbred with Canadian geese that winter down here. And there's quite a few ducks down here too. Now again, because this is a spring-fed water, one of the really nice things about it is you can walk out here in August like today when it's not too awfully bad, but that breeze that comes across the lake here is definitely 10-20 degrees colder than regular air temperature. Sort of free air conditioning. Well, it looks like Edith May right here. Either she's a lot faster walking than I thought, or this is as far as she's made it in a half hour. Let's go check her. Are you finishing up or just starting?
No, finishing up.
My God, I just told everybody that I'd probably catch you halfway around it.
Really doesn't take that long.
Oh, okay. Well, we're heading around it.
Okay, did you get up to the train museum?
No, no, I'm going to go.
I went first.
I'm going to go this way around the spring and then back around and then over.
Okay, so there's some places on the little pathway that you walk. You need to be careful because it's very rocky and I wouldn't want you to trip.
Like I do at home.
Exactly.
Twice this week.
Exactly.
Not going to happen.
But that was with stairs.
See, I have my Carter Cash Random Destinations t-shirt on and I won't risk ruining it. All right, well, you heard Edith May. She kind of surprised me at how fast she walks. Well, I don't know if she walks fast or I just walk incredibly slow. It's one of the two. Let's get back on the trail here. You know, some things ought to be intuitively obvious even to the casual observer. But in America, no, you got to put a sign up. It says no swimming, strong current. You think so? And they didn't mention cold water, so I'm surprised somebody hadn't drowned and then sued them because the water was cold. Well, this is the spring itself. It comes up from around 180 feet below the surface and puts out just shy of 10 million gallons a day. I think it's about 9.7 million gallons a day of flow. Year-round constant. We're going to take a walk up there to the platform and take a look at the spring. I don't know how much you can actually see of the spring. There's your flow monitoring station. A little bit of an advance over 1800s. You can see it's got solar power and looks like Wi-Fi. Oh, how times have changed. Well, I thought this was the way over to the platform, but apparently not. So I know this is an adventure channel, but you're not going to see Carter Cash climb up through all that shit to get up there on the platform. I think that's, I know they have a couple of pavilions, and there's one that you can rent out. And I think way back in the distance is the ball field. You probably can't see it very well. And I see restrooms and playground up there. We'll continue on. There's the visitor center and parking lot across the lake. This would be a great place to be having picnic lunch and filming and watch your car get stolen. But that's probably just me thinking out loud. should go check that lake out for all the ducks. Gonna check those ducks out for you. You see all the little baby ducks down there? Yeah, that looks like mama duck right there. And little babies are just having fun down there. I think every city park in the country has or had at one time a Frisco caboose. I'm not sure when this was restored, but it's a very nice train station. I do know the train tracks are still in a working train line. Alright. Built in 1885 for the Kansas City, Fort Scott, Memphis Railroad. Well, that about wraps it up. Kansas City, Fort Scott, and Memphis, yeah. Major cities back in the 1800s. And it is open for tours. Trying to think what day this is. Oh, it's open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is none of those days. But if it was one of those days, then we could go take a tour of it. All right, let's walk back down along the lake and across the dam back to the visitor center. And this, I have no idea what it is. None. Very well built, whatever it was. I'm sure I can find out. A nice little fishing area down here and picnic area. You can see people down there fishing. And it's also very nice and cool. I think I met her on the first lap.
I think so too.
Yes. Let's go down and take a look at the discharge. If you notice down there, you got two outfalls, which if the power plant was operating, that's where the water would be coming out of. What they've basically done is closed off the inlet, or probably just the inlet water level to the power plant here, and went ahead and put in all their logs to control the level, and just letting it flow over like a weir over the top of the dam. Very pretty. I might add there's a really nice, cool breeze coming off that water. As I've said on other videos, this is why I like trout fishing so much. Let's go see if we can find Edith May. Alright, one last look at the lake here. And one last look at the Spring River.